Hey, what's up, boys and girls? Bo McBig here for Fantasy Pros, and I got your top 7 Week 12 Waiver Wire editions. Let's jump right on it. But first, if you want a chance to win a signed Josh Allen Bills helmet for free, courtesy of our friends at pristineauction.com, all you need to do is head to fantasypros.com/contest. Complete the form and either download the Fantasy Pros Draft Wizard app, leave a review for the podcast, or follow us on X, Instagram, or TikTok at Fantasy Pros. The more actions you complete, the more entries you receive. We will be announcing a winner right here on the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be alerted when new episodes are up and to claim your prize. All right, let's jump in. Number 7, lucky number 7. And the running backs on waivers, it's a wasteland, boys and girls. It does not look good. Pretty much all of them have brutal matchups. If they have a job, they have a brutal matchup. If they have a good matchup, they're probably not getting enough carries to really warrant adding them off waivers. It's still stash season for this final push to the fantasy playoffs. I'm going to have to go out there and get Cam Akers if I can find him. Pivot back off of oft-injured Aaron Jones in Minnesota. He's the only waiver wire running back this week with a job and a decent schedule upcoming. Kevin O'Connell, the coach of the Vikings, run the damn ball. The last 3-4 weeks we've seen the Vikings get a little bit pass happy, and guess what happens to Sam Darnold when you do that? He turns into a pumpkin, he sees ghosts, whatever you want to call it. Sam Darnold cannot be the focus of this offense. He's not that good. Run the damn ball. Give it to Aaron Jones. Give it to Cam Akers. Shoot, get Ty Chandler back in the rotation. He's a good back. Run the damn ball, Kevin O'Connell. You will find that running game will be Sam Darnold's keeper, and you're a lot better football team when you have that balance. At number 6, jump right back on there. Pop Douglas. Demario Douglas of the Patriots. Pop goes the Drizzle Drake. That's Drake May. Drizzle Mizzle. He is the real deal. Rookie quarterback extraordinaire. Been pretty consistent. You know why? Because he's got a security blanket named Demario Pop Douglas. He gets open. He gets quick. He's quick and open. He's like Taco Bell. He's always open and gets the ball there quick, short yardage. He's running those intermediate routes a little bit better now. He's got some quickness to him. Who else is Drake May going to throw it to? Austin Hooper? Hunter Henry? Gross. Yeah, washed up old tight ends and running backs, and they have Kendrick Bourne, who's perennially underrated. But for me, Pop Douglas is the guy I want off waivers. He is Taco Bell, and that's a good thing. I don't know. At number 5, the opposite of Pop Douglas is the speed demon, Christian Watson of the Green Bay Packers. Speed does kill, especially when you get these good defenses like the Chicago Bears. Great pass defense. Guess what they got? They got stressed. Christian Watson went for $140, $150 on 4 catches against the Chicago Bears. Unfortunately, didn't score a touchdown for us, but he's outdoor Jameson Williams, outdoor JMO. The Lions hardly ever play outside, but the Packers do. They're the frozen tundra. Christian Watson is the outdoor version of Jameson Williams for the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love, oof, man, his decision making is scary bad sometimes, but he's always pushing the envelope. He's looking to make those big plays, and he looks for number 9, Christian Watson, when that's the case. Take the guesswork out of waiver wire decisions with Fantasy Pros Waiver Assistant. Get instant analysis on potential moves from over 100 fantasy experts. Discover both the weekly and rest of season impact for every waiver ad. Visit fantasypros.com/myplaybook or download the Fantasy Football My Playbook app to optimize your roster today. At number 4, a little bit of a surprise here. My number 2 quarterback on this list is a former weekly QB1 threat just put up a QB1 performance in week 11. Straight off the bench, not quite the couch like Joe Flacco last year. Took back over for Joe Flacco this week. Sadly, I think he's only a streaming option versus Detroit, and then I'll probably throw him back to the wire after that. Anthony Richardson, lots and lots of upside against bad defenses. Against good ones, he's a little scary. His passing has been pretty bad. His rushing upside does lead to a higher floor. It leads to exciting upside, though. We saw 28 points in his first game back from being benched temporarily. Shane Steichen, let him cook. Anthony Richardson, at least against the Lions, where we should get a back and forth scoring fest. I'm glad to have Anthony Richardson back so we can at least have him as an option. It's a really weak streaming quarterback week for fantasy. It's adding guys off waivers this week is going to be tough. Anthony Richardson, I might take that big peak performance this week, toss him back to the waiver wire next week. Let all those people chase points when he's got a tougher Patriots defense followed by the bye week. Anthony Richardson won't be much use to us after this week 12 matchup until week 17 championship week. At number 3, we just saw him on Sunday Night Football. Dill Wisley. No, it's Will Dissly. And no dissing. 4 for 80 and a touchdown. He's their check down option. He's their tall guy. Justin Herbert loves tall receivers. He's got a couple on that team. Will Dissly, he just seems to get open. We don't know how. We don't know what kind of magical fairy dust he sprinkles on the linebackers to get open all these times. They just forget about him. And you get lines like 4 for 80 and a touchdown in prime time. You can take that to the bank. Tight end position is a wasteland. Will Dissly is a guy you should go out and get on waivers, especially if you're hurting at tight end. It's been rough out there. Tight end, if you're looking for anything, it's got to be stability. And you can plug Will Dissly in. The Chargers' schedule upcoming is favorable. Justin Herbert boosts everybody around him. This offense is humming. This is a winning playoff football team, one of the strongest all-around teams in the NFL. Will Dissly is a priority add at tight end. At number 2, we told you last week. We told you a few weeks ago. Bo Nix is a QB1, and he is going to be a QB1. He was almost the QB1 this last week in week 11. Big performance. 300 yards. Huge game. Bo Nix lit it up. You're welcome. 31 fantasy points. You're welcome. We got one more week left of QB1 season for Bo Nix. 30 plus points, saving marriages. Sean Payton actually likes him. He doesn't like anybody. Unless you're Drew Brees, Sean Payton doesn't like anybody. I mean, Denver's receiving core, it's okay. It's not quite as bad as we made it out to be. Bo Nix, I hate to say it, or I love to say it because Oregon Ducks, go Ducks. Bo Nix is for real. He's got Troy Franklin on that offense who's getting better every week. He's got Cortland Sutton, who has been surprisingly good this year. Bo Nix has been another elevator of talent around him. He's smart. He makes good decisions. He really has gotten rid of that turnover bug that he had the first couple of weeks of his career. He's figured it out. He's got rushing upside. One more week, we can plug Bo Nix as a streaming starting quarterback and 20 plus in the bag, 25 to 30 ceiling. We have to get this going. One more week, Bo Nix season, QB1 scoring. We're going all the way to the ship. We're streaming these quarterbacks. Bo Nix has been a crown jewel of that effort this season. At number 1, no surprise here, he was towards the top of last week's list. And it's another Justin Herbert is the rising tide. He lifts all boats, and guess what? He likes tall wide receivers. Quentin Johnston is 6'4", 215 pounds. He got 8 targets on Sunday Night Football. He only caught 2 of them. One of them happened to be a touchdown. big plays, yak to burn. He's got that patented Herbo boost. Any wide receiver who plays for Justin Herbert is going to play better than they actually are. Quentin Johnston finally in the right role in the Chargers offense after the Staley debacle last year where they put him at X. Absolutely not. Put him in the big slot. Put him at the flanker. He's making huge plays every week, scoring touchdowns just about every game this year. Always be scoring. The next 2 games for passing offenses, nice. He's got the next 2 games against the Baltimore Ravens, who can't cover anybody, and the Atlanta Falcons, who are giving up big plays down the field to Bo Nix last week. Love it. Quentin Johnston, my number 1 waiver wire priority this week, probably next week. Get him off waivers. Quentin Johnston, spend some fab. Get your season headed towards the playoffs. We're going ship chasing. Thank you again for joining me. We'll see you in week 13. Have a good night.